Boys and girls, welcome back. Hope you're doing okay. Elemental Shaman has to be the most fun I've ever had in the World of Warcraft. So put together this little guide to help you get to grips with it if you've never played it before, or if you return into the class. We'll go through all the talents, the hero talents, quick little into gearing. I know it's early in the season, some rotational stuff, and I'll give you some little tips and tricks on the way as well. So stick around. So when it comes to gearing up your Shaman, eye level, you know, it's the early stages of the season. All we're bothered about is eye level. But when we start looking at the stat priority for Elemental, it's haste. All we want is haste, as much as possible. You can have a little bit of crit strike and then a little bit of versatility. Mastery, we do not care about. We just want haste. We're greedy. Get as much haste as possible, and that will extend to your gems and your enchants and all that stuff as well. So just focus on pushing as much haste as possible. The more haste you have, seriously, the more fun you will have on this class. It is wild. I'm going to pop up some examples of some best in slot gears that have been put together by Icy Veins. This is all subject to change though. We've got some changes coming into Shaman and 11.0.5 patch whenever that drops, and obviously I'll put out another video on, you know, explaining any changes to the gearing and the stats and anything basically. But yeah, for now that's it. Alrighty, my dudes. So let's take a look at the talents for this bad boy. So we'll start off with the hero talents. We have Farseer and Stormbringer. As a rule of thumb, Stormbringer for M plus and AoE. Farseer is for single target and PvP, really. Now that's not to say that you can't use the other for the other. You can use Stormbringer in single target, and you can use Farseer and M plus if you really want to. Whatever floats your boat. It's just Stormbringer is better for AoE and M plus, and Farseer is better for single target. That's it. Bottom line. End of. So we'll start with Stormbringer. I love this build. It is so much fun. The whole ethos of Shaman is you're generating Maelstrom and then spending it on Earthshock, basically, or Earthquake in AoE. So every time you generate 300 Maelstrom and send it and spend it, your next lightning bolt becomes a Tempest, which is just crazy amounts of damage in a small area, but it's uncapped on targets. So if there's 10, 12, however many mobs your amazing tank has managed to gather together in that small area, and you blast them with a Tempest, whoo, it's juicy, absolutely juicy. Love it. And then because of Awakening Storms, Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning have a chance to strike your target for 122k nature damage. Every 3 times this happens, you get another Tempest. So you'll see in the rotation, we're blasting Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning a lot anyway. So Tempest comes up a lot. Rolling Thunder, you gain 1 stack of Stormkeeper every 50 seconds. So outside of the actual cooldown of Stormkeeper, which is only a minute, we're also gaining another use of Stormkeeper every 50 seconds. It's wild. So we're just blasting lightning all over the place and blowing stuff up with Tempest. It's so much fun. I honestly can't stress that enough. I love it in AoE, man. Things just explode all over the place. It's great. And then we've got, for single target, the Farseer build. Like I say, you can use this in M+, and I have used it in some M0s and a lot of dungeons, and it is a lot of fun. The damage is close in AoE, but it's just not quite there. However, single target, it absolutely pumps. And the main difference with this is we're not looking at generating Maelstrom and spending it to create Tempests. We're trying to get as many of these little ancestor dudes to come and help us and shoot spells off, which is a lot of fun. So you get one every time you use Primordial Wave, and you get one when you use Ancestral Swiftness, which replaces Nature Swiftness, but does practically the same thing. It just increases the damage a little bit as well. So you want to be using that off cooldown to just get these ancestors going, and get them popping off. They're amazing. But the actual rotation and the play style, it doesn't really change, to be honest, for the most part. Let's just switch this back up, and then we'll have a look at the actual talents. So we'll start with the left side, because this is your big one. Utility side. For Shaman, there's a lot going on in terms of utility. There's a lot of room for flexibility. Fortunately and unfortunately, a lot of it's extremely niche, so it's dependent on the situation. So you will be chopping and changing your talents on your utility side quite a lot. The only things that you do not want to change are these three down here. Spirit Walker's Grace, so you get the ability to move while casting, which is insanely strong. It's a short cooldown as well. This feels like it's up all the time. It's nuts. Do plan ahead though. Think about, when are you going to have to move? Is there mechanics coming up the way you're going to have to move? That's when you'll use this the most. Or if your tank gathering and running ahead a little bit in the trash setup, this can be useful to get some damage going and start rolling some Maelstrom out to get some Tempest going. Ancestral Guidance is really, really good. If the group's taking a lot of damage, or the healer's down, or just bad, you can pop Ancestral Guidance, and it converts 25% of your damage into healing for 3 party members. It's crazy useful. Thunderstorm, I love. You can drop this if you really want to for something else, but I love Thunderstorm. I think it's great. It yeets everybody away from you, and it actually sends them quite far. So if there's a mob that won't leave you alone, that the tank hasn't got, or if you're in open world and you see an unsuspecting person in war mode and you want to just launch them off a cliff, go ahead. But it does work as a group interrupter as well. Capacitor Totem, crazy strong. AoE stun. I always take this. Always. It's insanely strong. What else have we got? Stone Bulwark. That's a nice selfish defensive, super strong. Totemic Recall resets the cooldown of your most recently used totem, so do pay attention to which was your most recently used one. I tend to save this for Liquid Magma Totem, which you're going to use in like a big AoE pack. You might want to get 2 Liquid Magma Totems down to spread the damage as much as possible. Windrush is good. It's not a necessity, but it is good. It can help with some mobility, particularly getting between from the boss onto the next AoE pack or whatever. It can be useful, but it's not. If you drop that, no one's going to cry. Maybe. Earth Elemental, insanely strong. But it has an insanely long cooldown as well. 5 minutes. But it comes in clutch. Hold this for if the healer or the tank drops on a boss fight, because this will protect the group for 1.2 minutes. It's super clutch. But then you've got loads of niche stuff. So you've got Poison Cleansing Totem, which it does what it says on the tin. It cleanses poisons. So if you're in an instance where there's loads of poison, you'll take this. Simple. Tremor Totem. If you're in an instance where there's loads of fears and sleeps or charms or whatever, you'll take this. Super strong. If you really want to, you can take Healing Stream Totem. The heal's not amazing, but it's better than nothing. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to take Healing Stream, I do recommend taking Elemental Resistance with it as well, just so you can get a bit of resistance as well as the mediocre heal. But it's there. It is what it is. And you've got Froggy Hex. If you want to turn something into a frog, go nuts. But like I say, loads of flexibility. They use this as a template, tweak things, and you know, make it suit your playstyle and your how you want it to play. On the damage side, we've got Earthshock over Elemental Blast. Earthshock, ever so slightly less damage. It's not crazy difference, but it's instant cast. It's a lot quicker to be blasting, to use it to spend your Maelstrom. Like I say, we want to be getting the Maelstrom down as quick as possible. So as soon as you're at 50 or more in Maelstrom, you want to be popping either an Earthshock for single target or Earthquake for AoE. We want to get that Maelstrom away, get it blasted down as fast as possible. And then we're just filling. We'll cover it more in the rotation, but then you just fill in with lightning bolts and chain lightning into Earthshocks and Earthquakes, and it's rapid fire. It's a lot of fun. Come down here a little bit. This stuff's not too interesting. Master the Elements is quite good. Cast, especially in single target when you're in a boss fight. Casting Lava Burst increases the damage or healing of your next nature, physical, or frost spell by 15%. That's quite big. So you want to be weaving your Lava Blast bursts in single target. In AoE, we're not too bothered. Our AoE is good anyway without doing this. Like, you'll see, it's mad. Thunderstrike Ward. If you're using a shield, you will use Thunderstrike Ward. If you're not using a shield, you won't use it. It's very easy. Ideally, you want to be using a shield. So you can use this. So you get a damage boost. But as we're gearing and we're progressing through the early stages of the season, you might get, and I've had it, where you get a staff or a two-handed mace that's much higher eye level than your dagger and shield that you've got. So you're going to use it. So you'll drop this talent, pop it into something like Ice Fury. Ice Fury is quite strong, to be fair. It's quite nice. I'm using a shield at the moment, so I'm going to be taking Thunderstrike Ward. And then Primordial Wave and Liquid Magma Totem. Always use these together. Always. And we'll cover that more in the rotation. There's not much flex spots for damage, to be honest. You'll see when I switch over to my single target build, on the right hand side, one skill changes place. So we drop Liquid Magma Totem, because that mainly like spreads damage to multiple targets, and we put it into Elemental Equilibrium. That is literally it. That's all that changes. And we switch to the Farseer talent build. And that's it for the talents, dudes. Seriously though, take this as a template, play it, run some dungeons, hit some dummies, and just like, you know, see how it feels and play around with it. Check up your databases like Wowhead and Icy Veins for what kind of damage to expect in certain dungeons and some certain instances or raids to see which of these, like the totems, are going to be the most useful for you. Because there's no one size fits all with this. You're going to have to be thinking about what content you're doing and what utility kit you need to bring with you. Then, so when it comes to doing some damage on this bad boy and your general rotation and priorities and all that jazz, make sure you're fully buffed up with Thunderstrike Ward, Flame Tongue Weapon, Lightning Shield, and Sky Fury. They need to be up all the time, particularly Sky Fury in a group, because that applies a 2% mastery buff to everybody in your party, which is crazy strong. It also empowers their auto attacks as well. So keep an eye on those, make sure they're up at all times. And then our little setup before we go into a pull is, and it's the same for single target as well, you're going to make sure Stormkeeper's up, Storm Elemental is up as well. And then the general priority is where we start with Primordial Wave into Liquid Magma Totem into Lava Burst. Depending on how many targets are in the pack, because Primordial Wave is going to cause your next Lava Burst to hit all targets that are affected by a Flame Shock, which is caused by a Liquid Magma Totem. So it applies Flame Shock to 3 enemies within 8 yards. So that's why, depending on the pack size, we can double up on Magma Totem, sorry. So you'll drop a Magma Totem, totemic recall to reset the cooldown of your last used totem. Pop another totem down, hit them with a lava burst, and then we go into the chain lightning spam. So I'll do it a bit slower so you can see what goes on. So Stormkeeper's up, Storm Elemental, Primordial Wave, Liquid Magma Totem. Going to reset that and then pop another one. Hit them with a lava burst. And then chain lightning to make sure I've got enough for an earthquake. And then it's just rinse and repeat. Basically, we've got a Tempest proc already, so I'm going to use Nature's Swiftness to make that instacast. And then more chain lightning spam until we're back over 55 Maelstrom to use an earthquake, Primordial Wave again, Liquid Magma Totem, Lava Burst, forgot I was in a queue, and then chain lightning until we're over the 55 for Maelstrom. We're ignoring the Lava Burst proc for this. Stormkeeper and Storm Elemental back off cooldown, so they go up. Dump your Maelstrom with Earthquake again. I've got another Tempest proc, another Chain Lightning, more Earthquakes, Primordial Wave, Totem, another Tempest. It's very, very quick. When you get into the full rotation of it, it's very, very quick. But it's a very straightforward rotation. You just got to remember, always Primordial Wave into Liquid Magma Totem, into Lava Burst, Chain Lightning, Chain Lightning, Chain Lightning until you get your Tempests, and then pop it. So there's not much change when it comes to single target. We're still going to have our Stormkeeper up and Storm Elemental as we go into the pull. Hit them with Primordial Wave into Liquid Magma Totem. And then instead of Chain Lightning, we're just going to be hitting them with Lightning Bolt to generate Maelstrom. And then you can hold your Lava Burst until that you're about 55 Maelstrom. And then go Lava Burst into Earth Shock into Lightning Bolt again. So you kind of weaving the Lava Bursts in a little bit more, as opposed to AoE where we only hit them with that initially one after Primordial Wave. So you get your Stormkeeper up, get your Storm Elemental up, Prime Wave, Totem, and then we're going to start generating with Lightning Bolt. So we chain those quite a lot, and then I'm about at the threshold, so I'm going to hit them with a Flame Burst, and then into the Earth Shock, back into Lightning Bolt, and then that's the general rotation. It's Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst, Earth Shock. I've got a Tempest proc, so I'm going to use that with Nature's Swiftness, another P-Wave into Liquid Magma Totem, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. I'm going to hold that Lava Burst proc until I'm just at about there, so I've got enough to use another Earth Shock. Then I'm going to hit him with it into Earth Shock, into Tempest that's replaced Lightning Bolt. Get your Stormkeeper back up, and that's it. It's Lightning Bolts, use that proc there, into Earth Shock, back into Lightning Bolt, P-Wave, Liquid Mode Totem, Liquid Totem, that's what I'm going to call it from now on, and then Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, and then Flame Burst, so I'm definitely going to be able to get an Earth Shock after it. Always Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst, Earth Shock, Lightning Bolt again. That should be your sort of general chain rotation of skills. And then everything else, you're just going to use it off cooldown. So your P-Wave, your Liquid Totem, which is the new name for it. And then keeping an eye on your Storm Elementals back up. Waiting for my Stormkeeper to come up just now. Use this proc here to get me into an Earth Shock nice and easily. Got another Tempest I can use with my Nature's Swiftness, and then just spam that Chain Lightning. It's a nice, easy rotation. But you do need to be keeping an eye on stuff, because like I say, when you're especially when you're in a group and you've got other buffs going on, it is fast, and when your haste starts creeping up and kicking in, it does get fast. And it's easy to lose track. And also, you like I said in the AoE bit, you've got utility stuff to be keeping an eye of as well. But that's it. That's generally the ethos of the class. When it comes to Stormbringer, Stormbringer versus Farseer, there's not too much difference. The biggest difference is you get 3 lava burst charges to use, so you can be weaving those into your rotation a little bit more, just to generate a little bit more damage in a single target. But that's it, guys. That's pretty much the build so far. It's not a full in-depth min-max, you know, race for world first guide, but hopefully it's giving you an insight into the class and how to play it. Do let me know what you think in the comments. As always, appreciate any feedback and help. And if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be pumping out content at least once a week from now on. And I am going to be maining Shaman, so stick around. And thanks for watching. Peace.